I can't believe this company is making me work late once again today. I bet it's because this place is run by a high school graduate that there's never any work getting done on time here, right? How come a recently graduated new hire like myself has to stay late in order to help get work done here?
Melody, I'm so sorry to hear about this. But please remember that if you're going to talk with me over text like this, to please start by saying hello and introducing yourself. Were you never taught something such as that back when you were still in school? In most companies, it's custom to speak to another one of your coworkers with some amount of respect by greeting them first.
My God, you care way too much about something as inefficient as that. That's it right there. That's what I'm talking about right now. It's because you worry too much about things like that this company is going downhill. No wonder this company's never able to grow any larger than the size it's stuck at now.
You think this is what's stopping this company from growing? Well, this company is run by those who probably know a lot more about what they're doing than we know. So I'd suggest that people like you and me should not get worked up over what's going on higher up. I understand that having to work late all the time is not good, but luckily this company offers you overtime for your hard work.
And that right there is just complete and total nonsense. Would you please stop pushing your agenda onto me like that? I really don't care about this company's policies and the fact that you want me to greet you before we get to talking. At least I'm actually getting some work done around here, unlike others I've seen. The thing I want you to understand, though, is that if the person in charge had actually gone to college and graduated, then this company would be getting somewhere. Isn't that something everyone working in this company should be aware of?
Are you saying that already understanding the fact that I never went to college?
Well, I suppose I am. Considering that you somehow became a manager here and seem to think you know it all. But I'm the one that's actually went and gotten myself an education, and had you done the same, you'd understand what I'm talking about. You'd understand that by making a new hire like myself stay late to finish up others' work, you're not being a good manager at all. That means nobody running this company can see how inefficient everything is.
What exactly are you trying to get at here? I don't need you beating around the bush any longer, so get to your point already.
You really suck at understanding things, huh, Aubrey? What I'm saying here is that we would all be better off with someone like yourself, who only graduated from high school, going off and joining a larger company as a base-level employee. And that goes for all the rest of the uneducated higher-ups and employees here. They should all go and have a taste of what it's like working for actual companies that know what they're doing.
Listen, Melody. You have only just joined this company and have not really even put in a month's worth of good work. So you have no right to say something like that about me or anyone else in this company. First, I want you to actually start doing your own job correctly, to the point I can call it perfect, before you start to suggest things like that to me.
I've already been doing my work to the standards set by PDCA. I also happen to have graduated from a university and am on another level compared to all you high school graduates. Yet I'm still having to sit in this office surrounded by idiots who can't seem to do their jobs right. Basically, what I'm saying is my talent and my education is being used to clean up all their messes, right?
Oh, if you're going to bring something like that up, then please allow me to say this. The kind of work that you've been completing and handing in to me has not been perfect. Or at least to the standards this company tries to hold. Just a little while back, a report that you handed in was full of mistakes that you would have been able to correct had you gone through and proofed your papers. Also, the way you constructed said report was a bit off, and the writing made it seem as though I was reading something a middle schooler wrote. Did you notice any of those mistakes before handing in the report?
Well, here's the thing. You would never understand the kind of work I'm capable of doing. I must be too smart for all of you, because that report I handed in was perfect.
Even though there were simple spelling errors that made it in the report as well?
The reason I made all of those errors was for all your guys' sake. Had I spelled things the way they were supposed to be spelled and used larger words, none of you higher-ups would have been able to read my report in the first place. I wouldn't want you all misunderstanding the hard work I've put in, all right?
That doesn't seem to be the case, though. You seem to only be saying that as a way of covering up the fact that you never took writing seriously back in school. None of what you've handed in so far is up to par with either business-based languages or business-based etiquette. I've had a hard time so far reading the work you've handed in because it is all too vague and there are plenty of grammatical errors that even an English teacher wouldn't be able to fix.
What?
If you really want to play a major part in this company, in this world, then you're going to have to do a lot better than that. Most employees do their best to make their work legible and efficient to read. One of the ways they do that is by using more difficult vocabulary and keeping the grammar basic but respectable. That's what I expect you to be handing in as well. Not this poorly written nonsense that ends up being thrown in my trash can at the end of the day because there was no benefit to even trying to decipher it.
That just happens to be your opinion on my work, right? You are all below me in terms of education, and that's why you can't understand the type of writing I use. Right? I'm only writing like that in order to help you all have a chance to understand me. But if you're not going to accept my kindness, then that's all the more reason why this company is so low level.
Look, Melody. Right now you're talking down about the company you both applied for and been hired into. Why would you make comments like that about this company when you made the conscious choice of coming and joining us?
Let me tell you right now, I never took looking for a career that seriously. That's why I'm in a circus like this company right now. You, however, seem to be the one that's misunderstanding what position they're really in. You're supposed to be a manager, yet you keep complaining about my easy-to-read and perfectly crafted report. Saying things like the wording being unprofessional and that the grammar is bad. I think that you, being a brainless high school graduate, plays a major part in your complaining, old lady.
Do you have any idea what you're saying to your boss right now?
I sure do, Aubrey. But if I don't keep talking to you like this, you'll never get it, right? I need you all to know just how inefficient your company is. That's why I'm currently taking this time to tell you how stupid everything is here and that you all need college degrees or something.
Melody, please listen to what I'm about to tell you right now. I'm not sure where you learn to think like that in life. You can just get away with belittling others because you have a college degree. But in the real world, things do not actually work that way for you. Maybe you were forgiven in college for being rude and childish, but here it will not be accepted. If you don't start to understand that and change that mannerless attitude of yours, things will become very difficult for you in this world.
Ah, there it is. All of you older women are like that, talking like they know about everything. This world is not forgiving. You must listen to your elders. Learn how to be responsible. That's what you've all been saying to me, like you have any idea what the real world is like now.
And if you stick around long enough in the real world, you begin to understand that what we're saying is true.
Well, I don't want to listen to all of that baseless and shallow preaching from people like you. Now, what I'd like you to take from this conversation today is that I can't work with anyone here. Everyone is slow, and I am never getting any support from any of them. Everyone here is just completely brain dead, so would you please just fire me already?
Why are none of your coworkers ever supporting you? It doesn't matter if they graduated from high school or college, they are all getting the same kind of work as you. If you'd like to support with something, then come to one of the higher-ups and ask. They should not be expected to come and help you, as they all have work of their own and are not bound to helping you. And one other thing, people in your position shouldn't really need any help, as the work you're doing is both basic and given a lot of time to be completed.
Well, I'm telling you right now that them not ever working to help me is because they don't have the brains to do so. And that's because they all never got a college education. So you should maybe start hiring educated people to come work here instead of these brainless and slow zombies. Ah, but of course, you are also in the same boat as all of them, so you'd never be able to understand what I'm saying here. Well, it's whatever, I guess. Make sure to start getting everyone in your department to actually finish their work on time for me, please.
Your job as my subordinate is to make sure that you have your work done on time. If you don't want to have to stay late at work every day, then become more efficient, while also making less careless mistakes. You've just graduated from college, which does not mean anything to this company, and you need to be aware of that.
Don't start blaming me for always having to stay late. See you tomorrow.
Melody.
Aubrey, hello. I have something that I'd like to check on with you. Can you spare me a little bit of your time?
Hello, Selena. Hopefully you've been having yourself a good day today. You can go ahead and say what you'd like to say. Did something happen?
I'm not too sure that what I have to talk about is something I should be bringing up with one of my managers, but this has to do with Melody. And that's why I think it might be okay to talk with you.
Melody. Did something bad happen between you and her?
To be frank, having to work around her a lot of the time is a real hassle for me. She's always telling me to handle her work for her, making it more and more difficult for me to get my own tasks managed. And it's not just me, but a few other people in the department that she's starting to upset. We all have tried to voice our feelings to her, but that seems to only make things worse.
So that's what's been happening. But why would someone like her be asking all of you to start handling her work for her? Is it because she's not able to get all that work done by herself? If that's the case, I just told her she needs to come to me or another higher up about having too much work on her plate.
Well, it could also be the case that it's too much work for her. But I think that the main reason behind all of this is, well, it's because she loves to look down on all of us who never went to college. She feels that it's her right to force all of your work onto us because she was able to graduate from a university.
Ah, I see. That woman really seems to hold a lot of pride in the fact that she graduated from college. And that's led her to also thinking that she can make fun of those who don't have the same education as her. Is that the reason why even now you're still at your desk and haven't gone home?
No, I'm getting it all done right now and we'll head home. But I have to be honest, I'm really getting burnt out right now, having to do all of her work on top of my own. I would really love to just be able to focus on the tasks given to me. I don't think it's okay that a new hire like herself gets to take it easy by forcing everyone around her to finish her work. I really don't like what's going on here, and that's why I've come to you.
I see, Selena. Thank you for letting me know about this. The fact that even with her pushing all of her work onto you, you're still able to finish both loads on time is good motivation for me to have you promoted soon. But you should not have to work that much within this company, and neither should anyone else in the department. I'll make sure to handle Melody and to see to it that never happens again.
All right, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me.
Once again, thank you for taking the time to let me know about this.
You're really going to keep forcing me to work with all these brain-dead zombies? I already asked you once to fire me, and now I might have to take it upon myself to leave this company.
The day isn't even over with yet, and I'm not sure why you're getting so upset. Are you really going to leave this company because of what you find to be others working less efficiently than you?
I can't believe that you're still talking to me like that when I graduated from a university and you didn't. Really, though, it would be nice if you gave me your job and came and joined all these useless idiots around me.
All I did was tell you about those mistakes you've been making on your reports recently and about the way you've acted towards your manager. Also, I heard about how you've been pushing off a lot of your work onto your other coworkers of yours. I cannot allow you to do things like that anymore, and that's why I've started to warn you about it in person. The way you're getting upset with me for trying to warn you is not the way a self-respecting adult should behave.
Stop preaching to me, you old hag. It's getting on my nerves for real now. I don't even get how you were able to become a manager for this company considering you never went to college. But now you're literally making no sense at all, so how am I supposed to continue working for all of you?
I see. I'm not sure how you're supposed to work in an environment like this then. I'll get to work on having you fired then.
This company's going to fall apart soon. And letting a high-spec college graduate like myself go is going to be the thing that brings this company down. You'll all see.
And we'll get to see if you're able to find another job after today. Good luck, Melody.
After losing me, things have been very, very tough there, right? I guess I have no choice but to go back there and save you all from going bankrupt now.
Is that you, Melody? Long time no see. I'm not really sure what you're going on about right now, but that's okay. I just want to know why you think you're coming back here now. Does this mean that you never ended up finding another job for yourself and expect we'll let you back in?
I never said I didn't find anywhere else to work. It's just that recently I remembered all of you guys in that company. I know that after having let me go, you've all been struggling to keep the company afloat, right? That's why now I'm saying that I'll give up all the other jobs I could be getting to come back and save all your skins.
Ah, well, if that's the case for you, then don't worry yourself too much because this company's doing just fine. Actually, ever since we got rid of you, all the employees in my department have been working a lot more efficiently and they haven't had to work late all month. Thank you so much for giving me the idea of getting rid of you.
Huh? There's no way things are going that well, right? I graduated from college, all right? I will always be way better than all the high school graduates that company chose to hire.
Well, look, Melody. How much longer do you think you can keep using your educational background as a way of bragging about yourself? In this world, the only thing worth bragging about is how well you get your work done once you've joined a company. Nobody cares about where you graduated from or with what degree.
Well, before I could actually get any decent work done there, I left, right? Once I'm back in there, I'll make sure to show you all what a college graduate like myself can really do.
I wonder about that one, Melody.
What?
After you were out of here, all the employees that only hold high school diplomas started to work a lot better again. A lot of them are already on track to be promoted or getting raises now. Ever since you were ousted and all of that work you forced them to do has disappeared, they've all been able to get their work done ahead of schedule.
I see. So they all finally started to take the work I was giving them seriously, and that led to them all becoming a bit more efficient. That's what you're saying, right?
The work you were forcing them all to do was your work and only yours. Not a single person said it was okay for you to go around the office like that, making others do your work for you. None of your coworkers nor the higher-ups were okay with that.
But I was doing all of that in order to get them all to be closer to the level I'm at and better employees. You have to understand that the work they've been getting done this month was all because of me.
Then that must mean the level that you were trying to get them to work at wasn't all that impressive. You went through all that trouble to make other people do your work for you, and yet you still did not make a good impression here. That just goes to show you that your pride in being a college graduate is no use to you, and that it's only going to continue to drag you down.
I can see that. But if you let me back into that company, I'll make sure to get my work done by myself. And then you'll begin to notice my true strength, and I'll be promoted to even higher positions than the rest of them. I know that'll happen. You all will be happy to have me back, and the company will be able to start growing again.
Melody, why were you not able to find another job? I remember you saying to me that you'd go join a larger company because there was no way an employer would say no to you. What ended up happening that caused you to want to come back here?
Well, about that, nobody was able to see just how important of a person I really am. No matter what I'd say and explain to them, they just never managed to understand me. In other words, I'm such an amazing person that it's kind of become a problem for me.
Are you sure all of that wasn't just happening because of what I told other companies about you? And I'm sure whenever you did get an interview, your lack of business etiquette didn't carry you very far.
I was only using the most basic of words that us college graduates know and make sure to act just like I'd expect any company to expect from me. Anyone that actually went to college would understand the way I was talking and acting, to be honest with you.
Then tell me, what was the end result of you acting and talking like that? Was you acting all cool and acting like you knew more than those who were interviewing you enough to land you a position in any of those companies?
Well, I'm far too important for any of those companies, and that's why they couldn't hire me. Overqualified is what they call that, right? They didn't think that someone as high level as me should be wasting their time in their companies.
Well, if that's how you want to see things, then go ahead and keep believing in that. However, to me and the rest of this company, we do not need you to work for us, so go out and keep looking for a job, please. I'm sure that there's some place in the world that'll understand just the kind of special you really are and are willing to hire you.
Huh? Why aren't you guys hiring me back? I just graduated from a university and am saying that I'll come back and work for this company that's filled with brainless high school graduates. Go on and fire one of those losers and take me. Please. By doing that, you'll be helping out the company a whole lot.
When you had been working for this company, you didn't do anything worth our payroll. However, all of those that you deemed too stupid to work alongside you have been doing so well this past month that they're all beginning to get bonuses. Using the money we no longer have to hand to you. There's no point in me firing one of them just to have a useless worker like you come back to the office.
You just don't get it because you're a high school graduate yourself. That's why you keep thinking that all your other little high school diploma-holding buddies are better than me. That is not at all fair.
And I find it very unfair that you believe you should be hired back into this company only because you made it out of college. You never did anything worthwhile in this company.
Excuse me? Did you just say that to me? A college graduate wasn't worthwhile there?
Just because you could study in college does not mean you're automatically fit to work a job.
Then tell me what I need that is more important than my degree.
You need to have the ability to take responsibility for your own work as well as communicate properly with your coworkers and higher-ups. You also need to have a basic understanding of a company structure and not speak out of line when talking about something you have no idea about. I do agree that going to college is very important for some companies, but for this one, that's not the case. We happen to take pride in the employees we have because they show discipline and get their work done.
You have no idea who I even am then.
Before you could even get around to showing us you were disciplined and could actually do your work properly, you asked to be fired and left. So please don't start saying that I don't know you, when I know you better than even yourself knows you. Now you take responsibility for your actions and go find yourself a different job. And in the meantime, take a moment to actually think long and hard about your future and that it'll take more than just a simple degree from college to make you successful.
Understood. And I would really like to learn about all those things now. So please hire me back so that I can learn them within that company.
No. There is no reason for this company to have you back. It would only be a demerit for us here, so once again I have to say no.
Why the hell not?
While you were out this past month failing at finding yourself a new job, the rest of my department had been getting all their work done and pushing this company forward. I do not have the time or patience to hire you back and have you work here again, trying to teach you everything most of them already knew before they were hired in.
Well, it's not my fault. The company is filled with a crap load of high school graduates. And I thought it would be better for me to leave and join a company filled with college graduates than keep working with a bunch of people less efficient than me.
And you would have only found the same thing in those other companies. They might now have the same amount of high school graduates as we do working for them. When it comes down to things like efficiency and having to stay late, they too would suffer by having you in their ranks. I understand what you're trying to say, but the only difference in my understanding from yours is that you are the reason there are so many problems. You think it's okay to pawn off your work onto others, making them less efficient. And along with that, you go around belittling those very coworkers that are already being forced to do your work for you. This company does not need you. We do not want you.
Please, I get that what I was doing wasn't right, but if you don't take me back, then I'm going to end up some kind of shut-in that has to move back with their parents' house. I will work a lot harder now and take responsibility for my work, so please give me another chance. I was hoping to join one of those huge companies and make loads of money. I took out a lot of money from my savings and have even gone into debt now, buying all kinds of expensive suits to make myself look good in those interviews.
Melody, you really have no method to your madness, do you? And I don't mean this just because you lack being a proper office worker, but because you lack being a proper member of the society we live in. Don't think that someday this world will spoil you for always talking about how high-leveled you are, or whatever that means. It won't. And it never will until you start to prove yourself in a very serious and respectable manner. Now you leave me alone and go learn the hard way that it's not your education that defines you, but the willpower and experience you bring to the table. After that, Melody continued to text me and call all the phones in the office asking to speak to me about getting her job back in the company. I blocked her on my phone after a day of nonstop notifications from her, but with her calling the office so many times, I finally caved. That she could start working part-time to show that she would change, without telling her what job would be. And without telling her what the job would be, she said yes, and the following day was introduced to me telling her she'd be a janitor for the company. At first, she would make snarky comments around me and others about how she should be working in the office like the rest of the So to get her to stop bothering everyone during the day, I changed her schedule so that she'd have to come in at night. This only started to degrade her spirits even more, and soon after that, she just stopped showing up. She went out once more to look for work, but still couldn't find a company who would even dare hire her, which then sent her back to her parents' house. There, she turned into a real shut-in, relying on both her parents to do everything for her. She really did have all her pride put in her education and not a single thing else. However, this world does not care about one's educational background when they have nothing to show for besides college debt and a sheet of paper. I hope what happened to her has opened her eyes a little, and that someday she turns her life around by getting a simple part-time job somewhere, where she can start to learn about what it really takes to be a proper employee. Well, that's the life she's going to have to live now, and it really has nothing to do with me. So no matter what path she chooses to go down next, I won't have anything to do with it. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, Aubrey, are you there right now? I was just wanting to confirm that you're actually going to be coming tomorrow. Because I think you already know very, very well that I have nothing to say to you at all.
Hello, Lisa. You don't need to worry about that at all, because the thing is that I'm not going to be headed there to talk to you.
Oh, that's right. You're just going to put on a happy little face for the family reunion, aren't you? And even though you haven't contributed anything to this family at all, you still think that you deserve to sit down with everyone for a nice family meal. Is that right? Honestly, I don't care what excuse you might have for yourself. You're worthless to me. You really are just the lowest of the low.
Contributed to the family. What are you even talking about, Lisa? What could you possibly mean by that?
Oh, come on. You know very well what I mean when I talk about contributing to the family. And what I'm saying is that you're not married, you hardly work at all, and you don't give any money to the family.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. So we're just rehashing this old conversation again, is that it? I thought we were past this.
I don't see how we could move past it when it's the reality. There's really nothing to be done about it, so why wouldn't I keep bringing it up like this?
But that's the thing, Lisa. None of what you've been sending to me is even true at all. I mean, do you really think that I barely work? I have a full-time job, thank you very much. Not only that, but if you're wondering about why I'm not giving my family any money, it's because no one has ever asked for any.
That is such a lie. I wonder if you even realize you're lying or if you're just living in a little fantasy world in your head. But I know that you're a little shut-in who barely leaves her home at all. After all, I hear it from your relatives and just about everyone who knows you. They tell me that you've always been like this, so you can lie to me all you want. I know that you're just a weirdo little shut-in.
No, look, I won't deny that if I had to describe myself in a certain way, I would probably say that I'm more on the shy side. But being shy doesn't mean that I don't have a job and that I don't work, you know.
You really just don't know anything at all. Of course, you being shy means that you wouldn't work as much as you pretend to. And I know that because if you really worked or knew what work was like, you would know how important communication is. And as for you, well, if you're not even willing to go out and meet new people and build trust with them, well, let's just say that someone like that is never going to succeed in life, and you'll certainly never ever get married if this is how you go about living.
Well, you know what, Lisa? That's just fine with me because I'm not in any big rush to get married in the first place.
Oh, come on. Why are you always trying to pretend and show off for me when I know that none of what you're saying is actually true? But what I do know that is true is the fact that you can't even have children. Isn't that right? And that just proves how useless you really are to this family. You really should have tried to learn from me while you had the chance. I already produced 5 children for this family, so what do you think of that?
I really don't think that in this day and age, as women, we have to prove ourselves worthy to our families by having kids. But anyways, you know that I have a condition that makes it very difficult for me to have children. So I really don't appreciate you trying to rub the fact that you can have children in my face, okay?
I don't see what the big deal is. I'm only being honest about the situation. Don't tell me that you can't even face reality, because you know that you'll have to when we see each other tomorrow, right? I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh man, I still have no idea why my brother ended up with a woman like you.
Hello there, Aubrey dear. I just wanted to thank you so much for today. I know how busy you are, and anyways, I just wanted to let you know that you didn't have to come to this little gathering today if you didn't want to.
Wait, what? Mom, what are you talking about? Why wouldn't I want to be here with everyone? I mean, especially you. I haven't seen you in forever, and I was really looking forward to getting to catch up after all this time.
I know, but well, you've already done so much, like when you agreed to do some of the cooking so that I wouldn't have to.
Oh, come on, Mom. You know I don't mind getting put to work in a little bit and things like this. Besides, I really enjoyed being in the kitchen with you. And if it meant that I got an excuse to get out of that crowded room every now and then and cool off, that's all the better.
Yes, I suppose you certainly are my daughter, given how shy we both are. Isn't that right? And I suppose that means that the both of us are quite bad at big gatherings like this. It can be so tricky how social you're expected to be.
You know, for these kind of family get-togethers, I'm not sure if it's that we're shy so much as there aren't many people that we even want to talk to in the first place.
Yes, I suppose for us that probably is more accurately the case. I mean, even your father, rest his soul, could barely stand to be around these people.
But wait a second, I remember hearing that you were the one that organized this whole thing to begin with.
Yes, well, that much is true. But the thing is that there is something that I wanted to tell everyone who I invited here, and since you really don't have much to do with what I want to say, I was worried about inviting you at all. But I assume that your brother Josh invited you to this? He told me that he told you about this.
Well, now I'm really curious about what this is all about. I mean, what could you have possibly wanted to gather our family for?
Oh, I don't think that we have to talk about all of that right now. In fact, I would love for you to tell me all about how your work is going right now.
Well, I'm still enjoying working for the company that I'm with right now, and I'm still able to keep a pretty high level of output. Thankfully, everyone else there in the office are just so kind and helpful. They're always giving me a hand.
Oh, I see. So then I take it to mean that you're still doing the same thing for that company as you were the last time that we spoke?
Yeah, of course. And yes, before you ask, my motivations for doing this kind of work are still largely the same.
You really are amazing. Do you know that? I just want you to know how proud of you that I am, and to think how nice we might have had it if it weren't for that woman.
That woman? Who are you talking about, Mom? What woman are you referring to?
Oh, sorry, did I actually type and send that? Forget I did that, please. Anyways, let's go out and eat for now. We can talk about all this later.
Okay, Mom. If you say so, then that's what we can do.
Aubrey, are you there? I'm sure that you've noticed what's been going on by now, haven't you? Or have you really not noticed at all that all your relatives are doing their best to avoid you? Of course, I can hardly blame them for wanting to avoid someone like you. After all, so many members of your family are so rich and defined, unlike you.
Oh, sorry, I guess I hadn't really noticed it all. Either that or it just really isn't bothering me.
You little brat! You really just have no shame at all, do you? Anyone with half a brain should be able to piece together by now that nobody wants to hang out with you because you're a little shut-in. And just what is this food? Did you actually make it? No wonder nobody is touching their plates at all. You really ruin everything you put your hands on, do you know that? I mean, honestly, what kind of woman is still single in her 40s? Oh, that's right. It's the kind of woman that doesn't know how to take care of house or even cook for her family. That's who.
I'm sorry, but are you just texting me because you want to insult me? Because if so, then I think that this conversation's over.
This conversation isn't over until I say that it's over, actually. And you really need to learn how to act. Don't you realize that you need to be doing more for your family? When are you finally going to wake up and realize just how selfishly you've been living this entire time, huh?
Seriously, are you done yet? Why do you always have to subject me to this? At the very least, if you're going to insult me, then why not find me and do it to my face? Why do you always have to hide behind the screen of your phone?
Oh, please. You think that you even deserve to have me tell you exactly what I think about you to your face? You're not even worth the effort. Besides, you should be grateful that I'm saying anything to you at all. After all, I'm only telling you what everyone else here is thinking. We're all laughing at what a complete and total loser you are.
But you don't have the guts to say any of those things to my face, do you? You're trying to talk down to me about what a weird little recluse I am when you don't even have the bravery to confront me in person. So how about you remember to point the finger at yourself when throwing around blame, okay?
Excuse me? Did you really just send me all those messages? You really need a wake-up call. I mean, just who do you think you are to talk to me like that, huh? But I'll have you know that you're completely wrong. It's not that I can't say these things to your face. It's that I just don't think that you're worth the effort.
Oh, come on. What have you even got to lose, Lisa? I mean, if my family really all hate me as much as you say they do, then coming up right to my face and telling me all the things that you've been thinking and texting me shouldn't be a problem, isn't that right?
You really just don't get this at all yet, do you? I'm not doing that because I don't want to completely humiliate you in front of your friends and family. Honestly, I'm quite nice when you think about it. You really should be on your knees thanking me and kissing the ground that I walk on.
Yeah, that's just not going to happen. Like, at all. Why would you even say something like that?
It's not going to happen? You think that it's going to happen? Well, who cares what some complete loser who is going to spend their entire life single thinks about what's going to happen?
Are you really just bringing up the fact that I'm single again? You really just have the same one or two comments to make about me, don't you?
Well, it's not my fault that you're such a freak that you can't even realize how ashamed you should be of yourself. I already told you that I've had 5 kids while you can't have any. You're nothing but a useless, barren old cow who nobody is ever going to love in 1,000,000 years. What were you saying about my daughter being able to have kids? You really have no idea what you're talking about at all. Wait, what? Irene, what is all this about? I don't understand what's happening. Oh, please, Lisa, don't try and play dumb with me. I'll have you know that I'm sitting right next to Aubrey and seeing all the horrible messages that you're sending her. And you really have got some nerve. I mean, you two are sisters-in-law. Even if you don't like her, there's no need to hide all your insults in text. But this whole thing is just so pathetic that I really just can't help but laugh at the whole thing. Hold on a second, you don't get it. This is all just one big misunderstanding. I wasn't trying to bully Aubrey or anything like that. This is all just a prank. I really thought that Aubrey would know that I was just joking around. I mean, I guess maybe if she wasn't such a recluse, then she would be better socialized and we wouldn't be running into this problem. I see. So you think that my daughter is so much of a shut-in that she doesn't even know how to have a normal human interaction anymore? You know, I had my suspicions about you, but I think that they are all finally confirmed. I'm telling the truth, though. You have to believe that I was only ever pulling a little prank on Aubrey. I wasn't serious about what I was planning at all. And besides, I really don't think that this concerns you at all, Irene. But if I really did upset your daughter, then I'll find her and apologize to her later, okay? Oh, yes, you will apologize. We're going to make sure of that. But there's actually something else that I've been dying to talk to you about. So do you think that you could come back here so that we could have a little chat? Yeah, of course. I'll come right back and you and I can chat. Excellent. Do hurry back, though. The rest of the family is all here, and I don't want you to keep us all waiting. Irene, I demand an explanation. What was that just then? You said that you wanted to talk to me about something, but what was all that about? I really don't understand what's got you so upset like this, Lisa. I mean, I was just sharing the details from the test that I had done. You think that you can just take out some papers with numbers on them and try to prove some kind of point? No, you can't do this to me. I won't buy it. I'm sorry, but I just can't understand why you're reacting this way to such little news. I mean, it's not like you didn't actually know the whole truth this entire time, isn't that right? You know that of all 5 of your children, that 2 of them didn't belong to my son at all. Of course I didn't know, and I have no idea what you're talking about anyways. These are all just baseless accusations that you're making against me. Do you really think that they're all that baseless, Lisa? Because I also know that for many years now, you've been cheating on my son. In fact, the man that you've been seeing behind my son's back even admitted to all of this. And while I'm sure that you thought you had all my family wrapped around your finger, I just wanted to make this evidence clear for us all to understand. But, I mean, you didn't actually have to do that in front of the entire family. That was so cruel, don't you see that? You tricked me into walking right into that. Yes, well, I could only let all of this anger and resentment sit inside me for so long. Not that I forgive you for anything now that this is all said and done. Don't you realize what you've done? Don't you realize the shocking blow that you've dealt to your whole family who trusts me and really liked me? Oh, don't worry, I'm not that upset about ruffling any of their feathers. The truth is that I don't really even like my family all that much. But I was just so shocked that none of them at all were able to pick up on the kind of person that you really are. And so I just wanted to make sure that they all realized just how they were being lied to, and I needed to think of a way to get that message across to everyone in one fell swoop. Even so, you've taken this way too far. You didn't have to go and do all of this. This isn't fair. I'm sorry, but I really don't think that you have any room to say what is and isn't fair when 2 of your kids are the product of an affair, and I'm sure that you have no idea just how crushed your husband is going to be. I don't get what the big deal is. Who cares who the father really is? Kids are kids. Can't we just accept that and move on? Oh, I am sure that Josh has always loved all 5 of your children equally and as if they were all his own. And I'm sure that even after the 2 of you get your divorce, that he will continue to care for all the children like his own. A divorce? What in the world are you talking about? Do you think that Josh is really ever going to want to divorce me? You really have no idea what you're talking about. You mean you really think that he won't want to divorce you? You lied to him about who his family was for years. And I mean, did you see the looks on all the faces of the family members gathered today? I think that your days as a happy member of this family are really numbered now. But wait, please, you have to know that I'm really, deeply, truly sorry about all of this. I'm serious. I don't get why you're even bothering to apologize to me right now. I mean, Josh already figured out the truth about this, and he's been preparing for the divorce anyways. All he's doing now is looking for a new home where he can take all of the children to, and then he's going to serve you with the papers. No, you can't be serious. Please tell me that this isn't happening. Oh, and one more thing, Lisa. Please don't forget to apologize to my daughter Audrey as well. After all, you really hurt her with all of the horrible things that you were saying about her. In fact, it's better that you just own up to all the wrong that you've done to Aubrey and the rest of my family now before my family takes things into their own hands. Aubrey, are you there? I think that you and I need to have a serious discussion about some things. You see, well, the thing is, I am very, very sorry for always making fun of you and for saying mean things about you, and it wasn't right of me. So, once again, I'm sorry. I just want you to know that I've thought long and hard about what I did to you and reflected on my actions, and that I was not treating you how I should have been.
Hello, Lisa. Let me guess, you're only apologizing to me right now because my mom told you to do so. Is that right? Well, I'm terribly sorry to have to burst your little bubble, but the thing is that I'm not in a very forgiving mood towards you right now. In fact, if I had things my way, I wouldn't have anything to do with you at all.
Wait, no, it isn't like that, really. You have to believe me. You have to know how sorry I really am. I thought about what I did to you and the things that I said and all of it, and I'm really, really sorry.
No, you're not. You're just lying to me right now. You were always making fun of me in places where no one would ever know what you were doing. And that tells me that you were doing something that you knew that you shouldn't have this whole time. And I think that someone who does something like that they know is wrong for that long without apologizing isn't a good person.
But you've got it all wrong. I really have thought about what I did to you. I really am sorry. Please, Aubrey, you have to believe me when I say this to you.
I really don't have to do anything at all that you tell me to do, actually. So why don't you just go away and leave me alone, okay?
Look, I know that I called you useless and terrible and stupid and barren and unlovable and unwanted, but I just want you to know that no matter what anyone says, my 5 children are all mine. And in a world where you're hearing all the time about decreasing birth rates and how it's going to affect the future and the economy and society, well, doesn't it mean something that I've made 5 new people?
Here we go again with you and all of your kids. I think it's great that you're so proud of having had 5 kids. I really do. But I really don't see what that has to do with anything between you and I, or why that should mean I should forgive you.
I'm just saying that if you compare you to me, then surely we can see that I'm just the more valuable person to have in a family. I'm already married and I have 5 kids. You aren't married and you have 0 kids. So I just really can't understand why you can't just swallow your pride and forgive me when you and I both know that I am so much better than you are.
Hold on just a minute there. I think you've been working off the completely false assumption that I don't have any kids. I'm not married and that I barely do any work at all. So let me be the first person to correct you by saying that I'm actually managing my own company.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? What do you mean you manage your own company? I don't understand. Is that true? That can't be right at all. You're nothing but a loser shut-in. There's no way at all that you could be managing your own company.
Well, yes. I know that you think I'm some kind of recluse who stays at home all day and barely ever steps out of the house. But the fact of the matter is that I actually do all of the work that I need to do from home, and that's why I'm there so often.
You really think that I'm going to believe that just because you're saying it to me? You don't have any proof at all of what you're saying. If you really manage your own company, then how about you try showing me some evidence first, huh?
Yeah, okay, I can do that. I'll send you the link to my company's website, and you can go and find where we have our board of directors listed.
I don't believe it. I mean, I don't even know what to say. But there you were as the head of the board on the website. It's all there. You even had articles posted where you'd been interviewed, and I don't understand. Why did you keep this a secret from me for so long?
Well, because I knew that if I said anything, then I would have to deal with a whole different obnoxious side of you. But if you really must know, even a lot of people in my own family don't even know what it is that I'm doing for a living right now while I'm working from home.
But then, I mean, you even had a section on the website about all of the philanthropy that you've started doing since taking over the board of directors. Did you really send all that money to Medics Without Boundaries so that they can buy more supplies every year?
Yes, of course I do. I figured that just because I can't have children of my own doesn't mean that healthy people who can have children shouldn't get the medical care that they need to make that happen. The truth is that even though I can't have children, I've actually never really wanted to have any anyways. But I've met many women with similar circumstances as me, and they've said how much they wish they could have a child. And so anyways, as someone with the resources and power to help out those in need, I figured that it was my duty to give back to the community.
But, I mean, I just had no idea about any of this at all. This is really the first time that I'm hearing about any of this, actually.
Yes, well, you were the one bragging about how many kids you've had, but you haven't mentioned once the fact that some of them came from an affair you were having behind my brother's back. And so I don't think that you're in any place to be talking down to me about how great you are when you're no saint yourself.
But please, you have to forgive me. If you tell me that you forgive me, then there's a chance that your brother might not choose to leave me. There's a chance we could work things out. Please, if you don't do this for me, then I could lose my livelihood. I could lose everything. You have to help me out here.
I really don't think that I do, and I think that you're the cause of all this damage by yourself. I don't see why I should have to help you resolve problems of your own making. Why don't you just go and be with the other father of your children?
I've tried to contact him, but he isn't picking up or answering any of my messages at all. I see that he's reading them, but he won't send me any messages back. I'm sure that he's trying to avoid me, and I really don't know what to do. That's why I really need your help right now.
And just what is it that I could even do? Frankly, I don't even want to talk to you right now.
You know, I always thought you were a really nice person, even while I was being so mean to you. I don't know why I treated you the way that I did, but I realize now that I really shouldn't have done that, and that I was only hurting a person who didn't deserve it at all.
Again, I really don't care what you have to say in terms of an apology. In fact, I was really thinking of suing you for libel.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Can you do something like that?
Well, I know that you've been spreading all of these horrible rumors behind my back and saying all of these things to me through text. I'm sure that you're going to have your hands full dealing with the divorce and custody fight with my brother, but you're going to have to deal with me too.
But, I mean, I didn't think that what I was doing was even that bad. I only called you an ugly, barren old woman who nobody would ever want to love or marry.
If you really thought that something like that was ever okay to say to anyone, no matter the circumstances, then I think that you're too far gone to even help. But anyway, you should know that you're just wasting your time coming from me to help. If you want out of this mess, then you're going to have to do it by yourself. Just don't involve me any longer, okay? Later that night, Lisa tried to break into my house and smack my things while I was out eating dinner with some friends. I think she was trying to intimidate me, but she completely missed all the security cameras set up in my building. After watching the security footage, the police were easily able to identify the culprit as Lisa, and they promptly arrested her for breaking and entering and destruction of property. I have no idea what she was thinking doing that, then she would only be the only suspect anyways. After being arrested, I was able to press charges, and Lisa agreed to settle out of court for a large compensatory sum. And while that and the restraining order I had placed on Lisa might have settled our business, she still had my brother to deal with. Lisa and Josh ended up divorcing, and I heard that the custody battle was quite a fierce one. It was looking as if the two children that weren't Josh's might end up going to live with Lisa, even though they were begging to stay with their siblings. But then, one night during the hearings, Lisa was spotted acting drunk and disorderly in public. She spent a night in jail after getting picked up, and that was enough for the judge to make sure she wouldn't be taking care of any of the children at all. I was already in the process of buying a bigger house for my mom and I to move into, but after the divorce, we invited Josh and his children to move in with us as well. We had a guest house built, and my mom is really enjoying helping Josh take care of the children and spending time with her grandchildren. As for me, well, Lisa basically ruined her own life, so there really wasn't even all that much for me to do. Even when I was thinking about how to punish her for all the cruel things she told others about me, she ended up breaking into my place and completely ruining her reputation. So anyways, I'm just glad that I can return to my normal life and enjoy living closer to my family. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Vanessa, I heard about this from Mom. Are you really going to be getting married? That has to be a lie, right? There's no reason you should be able to get married to anyone right now.
I'm not sure why you think I couldn't get married to anyone at this time, but I am getting married. And I am planning on sending invitations to all the family here soon. So if you don't mind coming to the wedding, I'd love to see you there.
Huh? So you really are getting married then, aren't you? Stop screwing around.
What about this means that I'm screwing around?
You know that I'm your older sister, right? Older sister. So why do you, the younger sister, get to be married before I do? Normally, people would let their older siblings get married first before making their move.
What do you mean by that? I didn't think there was any normalcy to when siblings should be getting married. I just assumed it was based on timing, and that's it. I don't mean to get married before you as an insult or anything. I just happened to find a man that I wanted to live the rest of my life with and marry soon.
Do you really think it's okay for you to be happy with your soulmate before I am?
Huh? I don't get what you keep going on about. I didn't think there was anything wrong with me being happy with the man of my dreams. And I never related me being in this position before you, Emily. I'm not even married yet, and I'm still just as happy as I'll be after the marriage. So explain to me what you mean by me being happy before you with my soulmate.
You stop thinking about marrying that man right now. No, you're not marrying that man. Not until I have a man of my own that I'm married to first.
Emmy, would you quit acting like a child right now? Are you acting this way because you're jealous of me getting married? If you are thinking that, it's a total waste of your energy, so just don't worry about me. I think you're better off using all that energy finding a way to make yourself happy. Whether that's with another man or on your own.
Jealous? Why would I be jealous of your marriage? I'm just disgusted by the fact that you're not playing by the rules.
What rules are you even talking about, though?
It's always been that the oldest sister is the first one to get married and leave the family. That's what I'm talking about.
That is not any kind of story or rule that I've ever heard of. What century ago was that rule ever a thing? Seems to me like something from way back, so you should just cool it and let me do what I want to do. And if that means you not coming to my wedding, then that's fine with me and you can stay away. I don't want any bad feelings between us, so just stop trying with me. See ya. It looks like Emmy's pretty upset with me right now.
Sure seems that way, doesn't it? But I had to tell her eventually that you'd be getting married. So there really was no way of us avoiding this.
Why is she so upset with me, though? Wasn't she supposed to be getting married herself?
She probably hasn't told you anything about it, but her and her fiancé broke up.
What?
The man she was with wanted to borrow her money. And so he did. Borrow a lot and ran off. Which left Emmy in a rough spot to the point she left her job. And so for a whole year now, she's been living back at home with us here.
So that's probably the reason she's having such a tantrum over me. I can understand her a bit more now. But although it's really sad that something like that had to happen to her, there's no reason for her to be taking out her feelings on me. I didn't do anything to her.
Right.
So at the moment, she's back at her home doing nothing at all with herself?
She's trying to find someone that she can get married to. But as for any sort of job, there is none.
I see. But I think it's not healthy for her to be getting all worked up over my marriage. I'm a bit worried now that she might do something outrageous at my wedding if she's in a mood.
I would really like for her to toughen up a bit and get back on both her feet. Now she's going to be living in our house forever if she doesn't do something with herself. I've even told her how I feel about that.
Well, let's just hope that she doesn't plan to do anything before or at my wedding.
I'd sure love to think that she'd stop taking out her frustrations on you. But who knows what she'll do?
I already told her that it's okay if she doesn't come to the wedding, so I'm sure she'll take me up on that and stay away. I'll try not to make her more upset than she already is.
Sucks to see that the wonderful wedding dress you planned to wear is totally ruined now. And just before the beginning of your wedding. Huh. I guess you'll have to cancel the wedding today, right?
What are you talking about? What wedding dress are you talking about? What is that picture that you just sent me of?
That would be your wedding dress. I made it completely black by pouring ink all over it.
That's my dress?
I'm sure it's hard to tell now that it's messed up. But you have no hopes of having a wedding now in that kind of dress, right? I'm going to make sure that I'm the one becoming happy before you can.
So, you did all that with the hopes of having my wedding canceled?
That's exactly right. I'm glad all has gone to plan for me so far.
And you thought that you were at the location of my wedding?
Huh? What did you say? The location of your wedding today was written on the invitation you sent. So I made sure to show up early and ruin that dress before anyone came into the dressing room. I wanted to keep it as a surprise for you to see soon, but couldn't keep myself from telling you about it. Now you can see that it's completely unacceptable for you to get married before your older sister. After having your wedding dress turned completely black, your wedding is over.
The wedding I'm having today is at a church, though.
Huh?
I see that you're excited to hear that my wedding is canceled, but my wedding is being held at a church, and my dress is nothing like that one in the picture. I didn't even rent a dress for the wedding because Mom will be letting me wear hers.
What are you going on about? You're lying, right?
Why would you think that I'd be lying to you? I think the dress you've just ruined is some stranger's. Ruining someone you don't even know's dress? Do you understand what might happen to you now?
What are you talking about, Vanessa? This has to be your dress. I made sure that this place was the exact place you had on your invitation.
Maybe you thought that you read the address right, but I'm not holding my wedding outside today. I will have mine in a church, and I don't plan to have a dress that big on for the wedding. The wedding will only be inside this church, although I'm aware that some weddings might take place in the courtyard outside of here.
Wait a second. I have no idea what you're trying to tell me right now.
Well, just know that that dress you've ruined is not the one I'm going to wear today. And so with that, whatever happens to you now has nothing to do with me. I have a wedding to prepare for now, so you can figure out what to do on your own now. Also, after seeing how screwed up you are by doing all of that out of jealousy, I'd like you to never come around me again. So go ahead and handle all of that on your own. And never talk to me again.
You hold on, Vanessa. Why are you going off on me like this right now? I did all of that to your dress, so you should be freaking out right now. I never heard anything about you having your wedding in a church or that you'd wear Mom's dress.
I never did mention any of that to you, and I'm very lucky now that I hadn't after seeing what mess you got yourself into. I'm going to completely cut ties with you now. So never come around me or talk to me again. I can't even believe you'd try something like that with your own little sister because of your jealousy.
So, this is seriously someone else's dress. I really thought that it'd be yours.
How many times do I have to tell you that's not my dress for you to understand? Do you need me to say it in another language for you?
Stop that! You can't even be upset with me now because this is all on you.
What? Why is it all on me?
If you'd known that it wasn't your dress, then why didn't you tell me sooner? You should have told me that you'd be wearing Mom's dress the last time we talked so that I could have ruined her dress instead. So this is all your fault.
You stop with all that BS right now. You are nothing more than a total prick of a sister right now.
Huh? A prick? What?
I'm not going to let you go off on me telling me that what you've done is my fault somehow. I have nothing to do with your mental disabilities. You've always been that way. Anytime something doesn't go your way, you blame it all on me. You think that you can just keep running away from your responsibilities like you're a 3-year-old? Well, you're in your late 30s now, so stop acting like a child or we'll have to put you in an institution.
But I didn't do anything wrong. It's all of you that have been doing things wrong.
Huh? All of us? So you're telling me it's all our fault that you are jobless and can't find anyone willing to marry a woman with childlike behavioral issues?
I say you all, but primarily it's all your fault.
Oh, come on now. I haven't done anything to cause you to act like a loser. All you think to say is that this is all my fault, but have you ever thought of replacing me with you? I haven't had anything to do with your life. The only thing I've ever done is live my own life. You have been the one to work your own jobs and the one in charge of your own happiness. And the reason that you're in such a crappy place right now is all due to yourself. It's not mom or dad's fault. It's not my fault. It's nobody but your own fault. So stop acting like a goddamn child. You are 33 years old now, so get off your butt and make a life of your own, you idiot.
You didn't have to say all of that to me. You're going to make me fall apart again. Why are you saying all of that to me? You have no right to be saying things like that about me. Do you really think it's okay to talk to your older sister like that?
Do you think it's okay to act that way because you're my older sister? Shut the hell up.
It's messed up that you talk to me that way, though.
Then let me ask you this. Do you think it's okay to spill ink all over some random person's dress like that? Maybe I'm not the one that's as messed up as you think.
I told you I didn't think it was some stranger's wedding dress. If I'd known that, I would have never spilled ink all over it. I was dang sure that that was going to be your wedding dress today.
Wait. It doesn't even matter whose dress it was in the first place. You are messed up for doing that all the same. If anything, you would have been in even more trouble had it been my dress. I would have made sure that you got sued in court.
Sue me? Your own family?
After showing me the person you really are, you're not family to me. You're not even like a sister to me anymore, so I'd be totally fine making you suffer. The fact that you thought it was funny to ruin someone else's big day, that's something most people would never even think of doing, so you're like a monster at this point. And another thing, the wedding that'll be taking place outside the church today in that courtyard is of a girl whose father is the sheriff of this town.
Huh?
We had seen them a while back when coming here to set up our wedding, and they mentioned that to us. The soon-to-be bride mentioned her father being high up in the police force or something like that. And I think I even spoke to him once.
What the hell? Now that's a joke. There's no way something like that could be true. Stop trying to make me freak out anymore.
Well, you'll find out the truth eventually, I'm sure. I know that you're at someone else's wedding location right now, but if it's of the girl whose dad's a sheriff, then you'll be in for a great time.
Stop trying to mess with me. Even if it is her dress, I've already started running away, so they'll never find me. The moment I fully realized it wasn't your dress, I ran from there. I didn't want to see the end of how badly I screwed up that stranger's day. Just make sure that you don't say anything to them if you see them.
Oh, it does seem like it was the wedding in the courtyard that you happened to mess up.
What? Huh?
So I think I'll let them know what happened. I'll try my best to make the story sound credible. I'll tell them that even though you're my older sister, you had a deep jealousy that you couldn't control and thought you were ruining my wedding. All right, I just let them know all of that for you. And I think her parents are not taking it too well. They said something along the lines of having you not only pay for the wedding dress, but for the whole wedding itself.
Hold on, what? You went and told them just now. I just ran over a mile away now, and you're saying there was no point to it?
Did you really think you could run away from your mistakes this time? Whether it's today or a few days from now, they are going to find you and take you down. The dress she has seems like something with quite a price tag on it as well. And it wasn't just a rental, but a dress that she'd bought herself and had placed at the wedding. You really screwed up this time, Emmy.
Why are you laughing? Nothing about this is funny in any sense. Oh, wait. Well, what should I do now?
I am about to start my wedding, so I can't do anything for you. But I can already see her dad getting into his patrol car, and he called for some backup to start searching for you. And Mom and Dad just told me that you can do whatever you'd like to try and evade them, even mentioning that you should try punching one of the officers. That way you can spend some time in jail and away from us. It's really up to you now how you plan to take responsibility for this.
Wait. I can't be taken into custody by the police. I didn't think something this scary could happen to me. I just wanted you to feel the same pain I've been feeling all my life. Why did this have to happen?
Because you have messed up thoughts like that. Well, it seems like the only one that will be feeling the pain you've always been experiencing will be yourself.
But you and I are sisters, right? Do something about this and help me.
I can't do anything for you. You did all of this to yourself, and you have to answer for it. And you're an adult now, and in your 30s at that, so you can learn today what happens when you try and ruin someone else's day. Just remember that Mom, Dad, and I are all cutting ties with you. So never show your face to us again. Your lack of handling your own emotions has really done it to you this time. Now, have a great one. I hope they don't go easy on you, Emmy. In the end, Vanessa and her husband were able to have a wonderful wedding together with all their friends and family. And Emmy was caught by the police and the sheriff and taken away to somewhere that nobody knew of. After a few days and being given her phone back, she tried time and time again to get Vanessa to help her. But at that point, Vanessa was on her honeymoon and didn't look at her phone. And because of that, Vanessa was left to her own demise. However, after a few months had passed, Vanessa made a surprise visit to her parents' house and made it seem as though she had really grown up into a full adult. She had a job again, working on a factory line, but she didn't say much else to her mom about what she'd been experiencing on her own. I'm sure that whatever it was too troubling to have to tell anyone. But after that little visit with her parents, she left and never came back to them again. And I'm sure that's for the best, as nobody wanted her around anyway.